Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
And did I say I'm Andy Bates?
You did.
I'm multitasking. I'm doing too many things at one time. Happy Friday.
How's it going, Andy?
It's good. I'm excited because we get to go international again today.
Hopefully.
It looks like the connection is working, so I'm excited about this. Wellness.
Yes.
It's not Wellness Wednesday, though. It's Wellness Friday.
Apparently,
and
we
you
need
did
it.
something to be well today.
I did. I biked to work.
Fun Friday. Oh, there we go. Fun Friday.
Fun Friday.
You bike to work for National Bike to Work
National
Day.
Bike to Work Day.
And I don't think our friend Deaconess Heidi Goehmann biked to work today because I don't think her bike is probably with her because she's traveling abroad. And but still gracious enough to give us some time this morning. Well, I guess it's afternoon where you are. Hello, Heidi.
Hey, sorry. I'm like on the streets of Prague trying to walk and multitask and talk to you guys and get to a Vivaldi concert. So,
wow, that kind of sounds like the life today.
You're walking.
I know.
That's awesome.
I am walking. I know. It's wellness. It's Wellness Wednesday, right? On a Friday.
Well, that's
so
just
we're walking and talking.
I mean, totally. That's
And going to a concert.
right. To be in a city where that is that's the main mode of transportation. I'm gathering in much of Europe is walking, right? Yeah, we're sort of connected.
Oh man.
but traveling by bike or by foot, those are all great ways. Oh, there you are. We lost you for a second. Oh, no, we totally lost her.
Oh, man.
Well, we'll see. We'll watch and see if we can stay connected while Deaconess Heidi is on the streets of Prague she's walking to a Vivaldi concert. That
In
sounds
Prague.
exciting.
That's fantastic.
But it is Wellness Friday. We're talking about, ways to stay healthy. Okay, so you biked to work.
I did.
Today.
Yes.
You do this quite frequently.
I do. Most days of the week. Typically, I try to bike year round, but I kind of, it was fun for a little while to bike through the winter. And then I kind of realized that it just kind of wasn't fun anymore to bike when it was 10 degrees outside. So I didn't do that so much this winter.
There's very little that it's fun to do when it's 10 degrees. Very little to do outside.
Yeah. It was cool. Like the year I did it in Chicago and then it just was not cool anymore.
I don't know. I don't even enjoy running when it's like 10 degrees.
I like running when it's 10 degrees outside.
Don't really enjoy.
It's invigorating. Biking is not so much.
Hiking outside or anything when it's
you
like
have the
that.
right gear.
All right. So National Bike to Work Day.
Yeah.
Or
it's actually
Bike to Work Week.
It's Bike to Work Week. In May is also Bike to Work Month. It's Bike Month, which is really exciting. So everyone should go outside and bike, especially this weekend because it's going to be really nice weather. And I threw together
I saw
a statistic.
I saw this statistic, and I'm amazed that there is a League of American Bicyclists.
Oh, yes. There is a League of American Bicyclists.
That makes it legit.
It is very legit. You can get certified through them to lead group rides, too.
Really?
Yes, you can. It's pretty cool.
You can get certified to do anything.
You can. Yes, that is true. But according to the League of American Bicyclists, 40% of all trips in the U.S. are less than 2 miles, which means that biking is a really great way to do those trips and to not take your car out of the garage. It's fun. If you live in a flat area, it's probably a little more fun. If you live in a hilly area, maybe not quite as fun. But then you can get an e-bike or an electric assist bike, which are also really fun. And that means you can like zoom up and down the hills.
But you don't want to take it in water.
No, that would be
electric.
Well, I mean, they're waterproof, so you can bike in the rain. But
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, everything's enclosed.
That's a good idea.
You're not going to get shocked if you bike in the rain.
That's what I was afraid of.
That would be really terrible and a big safety hazard.
So where I live in the western part of the county, there are lots of cyclists who bicycle all around West County in St. Louis.
The hills are fantastic out there.
There are lots of hills. But the idea of traveling on the same road as vehicles that, one, are much larger than I am and much faster than I am terrifies me. So,
which is valid.
So what about trails and bike paths and things like that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's a very viable option. A lot of people, I mean, it is a little scary to be on the road with cars. I biked in Chicago for a little while, so I'm a bit more of a bit immune to that feeling. Although this morning there were some angry people. I got buzzed a couple times. I'm blaming it on the hockey game tonight. People are upset about that. But anyway, bike trails and bike lanes, dedicated spaces for both cyclists and pedestrians. Those things are growing in popularity across the country. And here in St. Louis, too, there's Gateway Greenways is working on new trails so you can actually make a full loop around the St. Louis area, which is awesome.
A lot of cities are doing this,
Yes.
converting old railroad.
Yeah, Rail to Trail. That's another Rail to Trail conservancy. They're converting railroads into bike or gravel or paved trails. And those are awesome because a lot of those are uninterrupted, so you can go for a long time without seeing a car.
Okay, so are your internets working over there on your devices? Can you see social media and stuff like that if people tweet or something like that? Because I want to throw it out. I want to throw it out to the listeners too. Do you bike to work? Do you walk to work? Do you have a commute that's less than, what was it, 2 miles?
2 miles.
Less than 2 miles.
Yeah.
Make bicycling feasible and some say fun.
It is fun. I think it's fun.
I think moving is fun. I don't know about a bicycle. I have yet to be convinced.
I'm going to convert you one of these days.
I like, I don't know.
See, there's gravel out by you too, isn't there?
There is, yes.
Yeah, so you can get a gravel bike.
And make it sound like I live out
out in the boonies.
out in the country. But no,
And
there is gravel.
gravel biking is actually really taking off in the U.S. There's a lot more gravel bike races. It's kind of the grassroots. A lot of the rides are unsupported, so you have to carry all your own stuff. But that's really gaining popularity. I think partially because people are just scared of being on the roads, which is fair. And
See,
it's just,
I'm not alone in that.
Oh,
fear.
absolutely not. No, I mean it is okay to have a healthy fear of cars. I tell people that, like, you don't not want to not fear cars.
Sure,
that's when you get run over. But gravel biking is a great way to get a lot of miles in and to see countryside and not have to worry so much about people or cars. You do have to worry about like deer, though. They can still run you over. That has happened.
I've been nearly run
Moose,
over.
if you're in the proper areas of the country.
This is true. This is true for our northern friends.
Yeah.
You might
Snakes.
encounter. Yes.
There were snakes.
Snakes, but when you're
spotted.
on a bike, I'm not as concerned about snakes. When I'm running, I do get, especially as trail running, I'm a bit concerned about snakes because when you're a trail runner, all sticks are snakes unless proven otherwise.
Yeah, see,
so you don't step on them.
That's why I don't trail run. I'm far more terrified of snakes than cars.
So I'm holding out the part of the Greenways, part of the Merrimack Greenway. There are plans to extend that here in the St. Louis area. And when that section of the Al Foster Trail that goes through Castlewood, when that's extended here into Kirkwood, then I might be able to get from West County to Kirkwood without traveling on roadways that involve motor vehicles.
You could totally do it.
So I was going to throw this out to the listeners, listener today.
You were talking about that.
Do you bike to work? Do you walk to work? Is your commute less than 2 miles or even like less than 10 miles that you could legitimately bike to work? I don't know about walk or run. I know a couple of people around here that run to work.
Yeah, I thought about it. When we only lived 6 miles away, I was going to run, and then I just didn't.
So that's running a 10K basically to work.
Yeah, I had it all planned out. I just never did it.
Does your employer have like a shower facility in order for you to be able to do that? The last couple of places I've worked have had that, so that I could.
That is definitely a benefit.
I could get my exercise on the way to work.
There are a lot of people that manage without a shower facility. There's ways to do it. I mean,
creative ways.
There are, yes. I mean, you do have to get creative.
A bottle of water in the parking lot.
Yeah. Like the adult version of baby wipes.
Right.
Those work really well. That's what I did when I worked at a bike shop in Chicago. Well, partially everyone biked to work there. Nobody cared if you didn't shower.
That's true.
That was just life. But there are ways to do it and not, repel people.
So tell us your story. Tweet at KFUO Radio. What other ways can they get in touch with us?
Facebook message.
Facebook. Send us a message.
Instagram if you really want
to. At KFUO Radio. You could send us a picture on Instagram of how you commute to work. Do you bike? Do you walk? Do you run?
That would be fun. I would love
more
to see
people
some of
probably
those.
run from work than to work.
Yeah,
Especially on
maybe.
this beautiful Friday afternoon. It's going to be beautiful this afternoon, I'm sure.
It was 90 yesterday. My body was not ready for that when I rode home. It was hot.
So how do you stay on top of that? Like, do you have to pre-hydrate in order to do a bike commute? Because you're bike commuting how many miles?
9.
9 miles. So that's not horrific.
It's not too bad.
But do you have to pre-hydrate for something like that? Or you just make sure you have hydration with you when you're on the road?
Yeah, I always have a water bottle with me. I have to make sure I drink enough during the day because downing a bottle of water right before I go out the door is not going to help much if I have not had enough to drink the entire day.
Sloshing around while on the bike.
Yeah, not great. I have a load of food intolerances, so I can't really drink any of the pre-made hydration drinks. So I put some Celtic salt in my water. That seems to work for the moment anyway. We'll see when it gets
so creative.
I know. Well, got to do what you got to do. But there's plenty of pre-made hydration drinks that work really well, especially when it's really hot out, and especially if you're biking or exercising over an hour. You want to make sure you're getting that salt and electrolytes back in.
Right. Basically, be prepared to replace what you're sweating out.
Yeah. And you sweat, especially when you're biking, you sweat more than you think you do because the wind kind of dries it off of you. Yeah, you lose a lot of water, especially in 90 degrees.
Well, that helpful tip for our Wellness Friday topic. I learned a lot. I'm sad that we lost our connection to Heidi, but she was going to a Vivaldi live in concert. Oh wait, no, Vivaldi's not live in concert anymore. No.
Yeah, that would be a very
awkward,
interesting experience.
Headed to a concert, and she's in Prague. We'll catch her when she's back in the States, hopefully with a little better connection. We'll try again in the coming weeks.
Third time's a charm?
Yeah. So we'll try that again in the coming weeks. Always good to learn some topics, to be good stewards of the bodies God has entrusted to us.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't ride a bicycle.
Which is why I don't run in the woods.
Oh, coming up next week, good stuff on deck. It is it's National Foster Care Month, and so we'll learn more about that next week, and opportunities right here in the St. Louis area to become a foster parent as well, and other good stories. You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Goldseth.
Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.